Greetings everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda the Minish Cap. Today, we're going to take on the third dungeon, the Fortress of Winds. It's a pretty cool dungeon. In fact, it is one of my favorites in the game. Just looks good to me. I don't know. It has this cool Aztec ancient civilization ruins kind of vibe going on that I enjoy. Alright, so this dungeon is divided up into 3 towers and an outdoor section. The outdoor section is what we were just in before we came in here. And this is the center tower. We actually can't do too much in here, although we can collect what's in that treasure chest. Why, it's a map! Wonderful! I'm never going to look at it. Yeah. I'm only grabbing that to show you guys where they are, if that wasn't obvious enough. Also, we don't have any keys, so we can't go in there just yet. We have to go grab a key from each tower to be able to get further into this level here. So we're going to get out of this tower. This is an outdoor area, by the way. And we can't get that just yet. We'll have to figure out that. A lot of puzzles here. Ooh, can't break through that either. If only there was some way to dig through it. Oh well. I suppose something will happen later that will allow us to do that. Oh, I was expecting something cool to happen when I killed all the Stalfos, but nothing happened. Oh well. Anyway, let's get out of the center tower. There's nothing we can do here right now. I'm going to take on the west tower first. Take some hearts I don't even need. Excellent! Alright, now they brought back the cool parallax-type scrolling that was in the original Link to the Past. Where you could see the floor below you. And I think it's a really nice touch. Pretty good for the Game Boy Advance, if you ask me. Although, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised, because the Game Boy Advance did have this kind of thing going on before. Oh man, lots of Stalfos, what are you gonna do? That wasn't too hard. Alright, one of these has gotta be a like, holy shit. One good thing about likes in this game, or at least the ones that have rupees on their head, is they won't eat your shield. Yeah, I had a feeling that big one was a like. They try to draw you in with the promise of big money! Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that guy. Alright, so this room has some sliding platforms and some arrow targets. You'll want to hit the arrow targets pretty quickly, though, because they'll open up if you don't do it in enough time. Also, we have a placement puzzle. Best bet is to just place yourself right where the buttons are. Press them both at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't shoot 2 arrows. That would have made this fight kind of fun. Whatever. I'll take it as it is. You have to be kind of careful about your timing when shooting those giant statues, because they will only take damage when they're on the ground. You can't hit them when they're jumping up. Anyway, we got the compass. Yet another useless thing I don't need. Alright, let's check out this door to the east. There's got to be something cool there. Oh, I didn't do it fast enough. Son of a bitch. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Rick, a master archer. Alright, so this room has a large block pushing puzzle. We need to split up for it. First thing we want to do is to get 2 vertical links. And by links, I mean Rick, obviously. But you guys know that. Push this block all the way over to the right. Push the bottom block over to the left. Because we need to push that one up now. And to do that, we need 2 horizontal Ricks. Brilliant. Oh, and there goes the key. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to go down and get that. Man, I wonder if Eslo's going to tell us something about it, too. Oh, what the hell? Yes, I saw it, Eslo. It was not your imagination. Holy shit. Alright, so that's it for the west tower. We've got our key. Let's go grab a key from the east tower. There's a lot of dirt around here. I really wish I could dig. If only I could dig! Alright, the anti-fairies? Or are those sparks? I got chided for it in the Oracle's thread. I'm probably going to get chided for it again, but I'm going to call them anti-fairies, because when you kill them with a boomerang, you get a fairy. Surprised Eslo isn't telling me that I can pull these things. Anyway, we get a kinstone piece out of it, so that's okay. I'll take it! Oh, get out of the way, you. Alright, I'm gonna grab that because I want to bottle up this fairy. I guess I'll just waste the water. I was gonna use it on something, but I'll save that for another time. I'd rather have a fairy. Not that I'm worried about dying or anything. Alright, so if you notice the pattern of the buttons over there, you'll notice where you have to place yourself on these here platforms. Like so. Oh boy, a Minish puzzle. Alright, notice also the placement of the skull on that room to the right over there. There was a skull on the floor, and we're going to need to know which side to fall in to be able to get the item. We've activated this guy. We need to activate him because he's in the way of our switch. Get the hell out. I was trying to kill him with arrows, but it wasn't working. Alright, so you could just fall down there and grab the key, but I'm going to do it as a Minish, because look at that, there's a little door down there. Yeah, you're going to want to shrink down and go down there because you can get a piece of heart out of it. That's always good. Wow, Minish Link falls really fast, which doesn't make any sense. I think the terminal velocity for someone so small would be much lower than that of a larger person, but who am I to argue with the physics of a Zelda game? Let's just grab this piece of heart. Get out of my way, you. And we've got our key. Alright, we're done with the towers. Now let's take on the middle tower. So we're going to get our dungeon item, we're going to get the boss key, we're going to everything. Well, that we're going to traverse the outdoor areas as well. Alright, let's take the left path first. Doesn't really matter which path you take first. You need to go both of them. Ooh, that was hard. Alright, so shoot the targets here. Pretty simple stuff. Watch out for the Wall Master, though. He'll take you right to the beginning, and that's no fun! Oh shit! Another Iron Knuckle. Alright, well we know how to deal with them. Throw a bomb in his face! Hell yeah. Take that. Very simple. Ooh, he dropped a thing. Alright, so he opens up a portal. That was kind of the midway point of this dungeon. But I don't really understand what the portal's point is because you're literally 3 rooms away from that portal when you go to the beginning of the dungeon. Oh well. Ooh, that looks pretty suspect. We just got a bomb. Oh yes, my bombable wall senses were correct. What's in here? Oh, it's the mole mitts. Alright, so this this game doesn't have a shovel. It has the mole mitts, which allows you to dig holes in the ground and dig through these walls of dirt. Pretty awesome if you ask me. It's also really fun. Also, those caves that you may have seen as we've been traveling around the land that look like they're walled up with dirt. We can now enter them because they are opened up by using the mole mitts. Also, run across this bridge. Use the Pegasus boots if you want, but we can roll. Yeah, man. It's a shame you didn't fall off into the pit there, Eslo. So close. Alright, you don't have to kill those floor masters, but if you do, you open up this little portal here, which is going to be used later on for something special. Actually, no, strike that. You do have to kill them to be able to progress. What am I talking about? First, though, we have to prepare the way. Little crafty hide there. Alright, notice the position of the buttons. We need to have all 4 of them pushed at the same time, so we're going to block off. Alright, so look up here. You can see how you can place your Rick. You can see what you want to do. So we want to block off the top left and the bottom right buttons, and then we're going to use copies of Rick to push the other 2. This is the part of the game where, you know, at the beginning the puzzles were pretty simple, but at this point of the game, I think it's pretty cool. Where they put in the multiple link puzzles, they actually get pretty good, and later on they even get really hard, which they're the one thing in this game that I really like about the puzzles. Thank you for doing that, game. Alright, so come up here and shrink yourself down. And you're going to have to make your way through that locked door. This time, however, we can't hide in the holes, because if you fall in one of those as a Minish, you will... it's like falling in a pit. Which I guess, all in all, isn't too bad. Okay, so we've noticed the skull over there on the floor. We're going to have to fall down the right at some point. Alright, so the reason for shrinking is you have to come in this room because there's a key in here. Now watch when you're digging. Notice the holes with something moving in them. Those are anti-fairies. We don't want to free them. We're going to dig around. Alright, I'm looking in each of the other holes though because I thought there might be money or something in here. Even though I'm full of money. And as I mentioned earlier, I thought that you got 999 rupees with the wallet that I have, but I was mistaken. There's actually one other wallet that you can get. This one caps off at 500. Once again, watch out for the floor masters, although they're handled pretty easily. At least they're bigger in this game than they were in the Oracle series or in Link's Awakening. They were kind of harder to spot then. Moldworms, however, are just as annoying as they were before, although they look cooler, I gotta say. Money! I don't need it. What the hell's wrong with you, Rick? You are a greedy son of a bitch. I will take that secret seashell, though. Alright, so in this room is where we have to make our choice. Fall to the left or fall to the right. We noticed that the treasure chest was to the right, so that's where we'll go. And we've got the boss key. Hell yeah. We'll get out of here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, so with the boss key, we can make our way into the boss room, which is actually just up this center tower here. Unfortunately, for some reason, I decided not to go out and explore the rest of the dungeon. If you dig around out there in the outdoor areas, like to the right there, as you can see, or to the left, there's a bunch of gold treasure chests. There's lots of money to be had. You can grab secret seashells. You can grab kinstone pieces, stuff like that, but I'm not too worried about grabbing all that right now. Besides, I could farm it later anyway. So, if you want, go and dig. Be my guest. Oh, whoa, what am I going to do here? Wow. Anyway, here we go. It's boss time! I gotta say, this boss fight is a pretty kick-ass boss fight. You have to fight him as a regular-sized human and Minish-sized. Alright, so we get an Aztec head. He's kind of like Ramrock from the Oracle series. Oracle of Seasons, I believe. Or was it Ages? God, I can't even remember. Anyway. Shoot the eyes that are in the hands, and that'll make the hand fall down, and the eyeball pop out a little bit. Ew. Slash it with a sword, and he becomes disabled! Shrink down, and look, that looks like a little door there where his mouth should be. Why, it is! Find the tower that has the eyeball on it, and that's how you do damage to him. Little claw takes you out. You can't actually avoid that claw. You have to be taken out. Unfortunately, but why? I don't know why I say unfortunately, because I don't know why the hell you want to hang around in there. Shit. My arrow timing is off. There we go. He also doesn't do too much damage to you, which is kind of weird for a third dungeon boss, but whatever. This is midway through the game about. Yeah, did I mention that Minish Cap is kind of a short game? Did I also mention that Minish Cap is kind of a short game is also kind of a pun? Holy shit. We're on a roll! Alright, the next time we come in here, we want to dig around. If you hang out in here too long, that claw is going to come grab you. So you want to find the tower that you want to hit fast. The best way I found to do that is to start in the middle. That way you can dig to the left and the right pretty quickly if you need to. Otherwise, this boss is pretty simple. He doesn't do anything different. And the Nintendo rule still applies. 3 hits, and he's dead. So, this will be the 3rd hit. We have to find that claw pretty fast, or that tower pretty fast. This last time, the claw will come get you really quickly. There it is. That's the last one. Good thing I'm fast at the digging. Oh man, this place is blowing up. Alright, give me my wind elements. Okay, well maybe it's upstairs. Anyway, we're gonna grab our heart piece though. Or a heart container. Hell yeah. We got a lot of life. Some birds. Where's my elements? Give me my elements! Oh, come on! Alright, so the Wind Tribe has taken the element with them into the sky, and in return they're going to give us this ocarina. Yes, as though that's what I just said. Alright, so we'll get teleported out of here. Anyway, next time we're going to traverse to the 4th dungeon, and I'll show off what that ocarina does. But for now, I'll leave you and bid you adieu. Goodbye.